I was sweating. The huge sun felt like it was right in front of me. I couldn't stop drawing the sun getting closer and closer. My mouth was dry. I took the last bottle of water from the fridge. I poured a little, very carefully. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. A little girl stared at the water in my hand with pleading eyes. I was about to hand it over. A man from upstairs rushed down and stopped me. Mrs. Brown came out at the same time. The man said he would take his family to Snow City. He said there might still be water there. Brown asked if I was leaving too. I shook my head and smiled. That day, I was panting at the door. I had finally snatched some supplies from the crowded store. When Brown heard there were 3 bottles of juice inside, she suddenly lunged like an animal. I froze in fear. Brown, sweating, kept apologizing. Then the radio started again. The police advised everyone to lock their doors. They told people to prepare weapons to protect themselves. The weather report said it was already 43 degrees today. Tomorrow would only be hotter. I handed the juice to Brown. She finally regained control and shook her head. I crouched and told her seriously that we had to rely on each other to survive. Brown finally took a sip of the sweet juice. The power suddenly went out. I woke up from the heat. My whole body felt like a sauna. Pressing my palm to the window burned it instantly. I held back the pain and weakly knocked on Brown's door. We were both nearly driven mad by the sun. The front door was pushed open slowly. I grabbed Brown and we hid in the room. I warned the people outside to leave. When they heard I had a gun, they immediately agreed to go. Brown breathed a sigh of relief and was about to open the door. I realized the man hadn't actually left. Before I could stop her, Brown pulled the door open. The man burst in and knocked me down. He took my gun from me. He cursed about the heat as he lunged to the fridge. He drank the last water down in one gulp. He looked at my drawings and asked if I had made them. I nodded, terrified. Brown begged him to spare us. The man froze for a moment. Then he threw the gun aside and kept apologizing. He said he was just mentally unhinged. Then he walked downstairs. I held Brown as she cried. Without water, our lives felt like they were over. Brown suddenly smashed at the window in a frenzy. Then she fell to the floor. I couldn't hold it together anymore. I collapsed, holding her and sobbing. The 2 of us who depended on each other were reduced to 1. Snow suddenly fell outside. I was groggy and only woke when a doctor touched my forehead. Brown told me I was very sick. The doctor said helplessly that the medicine was gone. The broadcast carried the scientist's explanation. In at most 3 weeks, the world would fall into total darkness. The doctor left in silence. I told him about the nightmare I just had. The sun kept getting closer. The world never knew darkness. Now awake, I finally understood how lucky darkness and cool felt. Brown's smile slowly froze. She remembered the time when the sun belonged to us. It had felt perfect.